Boys, I think I got a good one, and I've been waiting for this fish for about an hour and a half, and it's a nice one. I'm way back in the back of my local lake. I got incredibly clear water, and this has got to be a good fish. It's decent, and it's the second fish of the year out here. And I got my spinner bait. I got a 1/2 ounce War Eagle, but this time it's a double willow, and I'm telling you, this feels like a great fish. Let's see what we got here. It's pulling. It's pulling real good. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a nice fish. What a great first fish of the day. And the second, this is our second fish, and it's a giant, guys. This is an absolute beauty. Wait till you see this fish. Come here. Come here. How's that for a second fish of 2019 on my local lake, guys? Black Hill Regional Park. This place is killer. I almost got it to myself. I saw two boats, two trucks and trailers in the oh, I can't even speak, in the parking lot. So I got this whole back area all to myself, and look at that beauty. Isn't that absolutely amazing? So the water temperatures went from about 50 degrees at the boat ramp all the way back up these creeks. It's a warmer water. So basically I got up 54 degrees, went up 2 degrees since the sun came out, and 2 hours worth of work. Square bills, spinner baits, crankbaits. I've been going at it, and that spinner bait just whacked that great big giant. I'm gonna get a couple pictures and I'm gonna put her back. All right, folks, there we go. Didn't get a chance to weigh it. I'm guessing 4.5. I got my buddy Mike over here on the shoreline saying hi, says he's seen some of my videos. So shout out to you, Mike. Go get him, buddy. So that's the second biggest. Mike and I are thinking about 4.5, but you guys be the judge. Leave a comment below. Tell me how big my second fish of 2019 on Black Hill Regional Park's Little Seneca Lake is. Proud of that one. All right, going back. So there's the bait that did the damage. That's a 1/2 ounce War Eagle. That's a double willow, silver big one, and a gold little one. And I'll tell you, the water's a lot clearer in here than it was the last time I was out, and with the water temperatures coming back here was absolutely the best routine I could have thought of. The wind's blowing way back up in this pocket too, so the warmer surface water is definitely taking care of business. Main Lake honestly was 50 degrees, and coming back here in almost 55-degree water, the square bill wasn't cutting it, not yet, but the spinner bait with this little ripple on the water and this clear water definitely was. So I got some wood over here I'm throwing into, and that's pretty much what it was, some soft fallen timber and some standing timber. So that's what we're going to keep going at. And if we're this far back and there's fish that big back here, we might be sticking back here for a while. Just like my last video, this is the same routine and the same setup where I was throwing the other War Eagle out on Kerr Lake. 7 foot, it's a custom speed sip. It's the Magnum Bass Rod 1 is what they call it. 7 foot medium heavy. And I got 15-pound test in Vizex, and that, like I said, 1/2 ounce War Eagle. And I got a high speed reel, 7.3-to-1, I believe, Lew's Tournament Pro bait casting reel, and I'm excited. Can you tell that was a long time coming for the conditions? I thought it was going to be on that much quicker, but only an hour and a half in, finally got that one. I'll take that and wait for that any day. I'm really just slow rolling it, guys. It's a really slow, steady retrieve, and not even giving a little action to the bait. It's just a slow, steady retrieve, and he thumped it just on the straight retrieve. Got heavy, and I felt that lunge and knew what it was. So easy pull bait and power fishing on my local lake. This is the time of year to do it. I don't have a single spinning rod on the boat, and that's a rare day out here, but this time of year is when I challenge myself to do some power fishing and have a very good chance of catching the biggest fish of the year out here. So I'm definitely on with the power fishing routine, and I'm going to keep beating these banks and probably staying up as shallow as I can, because that fish just told me a story. So let's talk about the full-blown conditions log. 2 days of warm up. Yesterday was blowing almost 30-mile-an-hour gusts, but we finally got a warm up. So yesterday air temperatures were in the 60s, and this is a second day in the 60s. First time I'm actually wearing a t-shirt in Maryland on my boat in 2019. So with it blowing so hard yesterday with warm temperatures, that water temperature just spiked. And with today being about noon and this sun peeking in and out with partly cloudy skies, water temperatures started out at 50 degrees at the ramp on the main lake, all the way up this arm and up into this creek. I've got almost 55-degree water temperature only in a couple hours. The square bill bite wasn't on, like I mentioned, but the spinner bait I picked up right when I saw the real good ripple in the water. It's calmed down a little bit right now, but just a little bit of wind, but a little tinge to the water, just enough stain to keep those fish from getting a good look at your bait. And then a spinner bait this time of year, a 1/2 ounce spinner bait with those big double willows and that subtle, not so bright skirt. absolutely made it happen. So with this water temp back here, I'm in the right place, and we just got to find a couple cooperative fish. I've seen fish all over the depth finder out to about 12 feet deep, so it's just a matter of finding the one that wants to eat, and I found that one. So let's just keep on rolling and see if this nice second day of 60+ degree air temperatures and rising water temperatures with wind blowing back in the pocket and pre-spawn bass, it's all going on right now, guys. This is absolutely the best time and the most fun time to be out on the water. Oh guys, I got another one. I saw him come and eat it. Oh, he came out. I saw nothing but a mouth, and it feels like another decent fish. Let's see what we got. Not as big as the last one for sure. Oh, but it's just a nice chunky little fish. Man, that's awesome. Second bass of the day, and on this spinnerbait. Not a big one, guys, but check it out. It's only been 20 minutes since the last one, so that's not a bad little deal. So 2 fish in and about 2 hours worth of fishing, so that's not a bad average this time of year, and it should just get better because the water temperatures keep going up. Something also really fun about this time of year is that I don't bring a single spinning rod out on the boat this time of year, even on my local lake, which is so heavily pressured and so clear usually. This time of year, I usually got a little color to the water. The fish are coming up shallow, they're ready to feed, and there's still not a whole lot of people out here fishing, and there haven't been a lot of people out here fishing because they shut the darn lake down December 15th all the way through March 1st. So these fish have just been sitting back waiting to come up and eat, and power fishing is the name of the game right now, guys. So there's no drop shot, there's no Ned rig, no shaky heads, nothing on the boat. I do have a jig. I do have a jig in here, but I'm honestly going to take advantage of what I often don't have a chance to do, which is catch them on moving baits. And that's what my main focus is today. And that's why I've got square bills, crankbaits, spinnerbaits, lipless cranks, the whole power fishing arsenal for pre-spawn bass fishing. And it's going to hopefully continue to be a good one. There we go. There's another one. Third fish, guys. Third fish. Let's see what we got. They all feel great because it's been, oh, let's see, he got off. No, he's still on there. Nothing crazy, guys. Just another nice little chunk. That's the smallest one of the day, but that's number 3. And the spinnerbait is still working. That is great. Isn't that pretty? One more pre-spawn bass. And for some of you that may ask, no trailer hook on there, guys. I'm throwing in a cover, and I'm throwing way up shallow, so I'm just bare bones, no trailer hook, just a straight up ½ ounce War Eagle. And I don't have no idea what color that is, but it's pretty in it. Purple, yellow, little white, and like I said, a silver big willow and small gold willow. Oh, please stay on. Oh my gosh. Guys, I retied. That was embarrassing. Nobody's perfect. I didn't set my drag. But I still got my fish. Thank goodness for those War Eagle super sharp hooks. But yeah, I retied. I'm going up against all this cover, so my line got frayed. That's very important, folks. If you guys are rubbing up against cover, square bills, spinnerbaits, all that, retie off and check your line. Make sure it's not nicked. But don't forget to tighten down your drag when you're done, like I didn't do. So let's move on. That's number 4 fish, a little dink, but I'm right back on the same strip where I caught that great big one first thing. So I did one big loop around the shoreline here and caught those other 2. So we're on to number 4, and hopefully up here in this wood there'll be another giant. Now we've got the perfect scenario. The wind is blowing and the sun is out. So with the flickering shiny blades and this wind and a little stain to the water, this absolutely is the ticket right now to catch these pre-spawn bass. So I'm excited to get up here in this extra shallow water with 55+ degree water temperature now, and all kinds of stuff going on. I'm even seeing fish popping up on the surface, so a lot of activity. There we go. All right, guys, that's number 5. I made a little move, came out a little bit out of the creek, and I got myself in a little warm pocket, still 55 degrees. And number 5, and he's chunky. He's a good looking bass. I'm digging this. This has been a great day so far. So there's 5 fish. We're doing well with the spinnerbait. I did pick up the square bill quite a bit on an entire bank on this side coming out, and not a single bite. So I'm happy to stick with the spinnerbait since it's working. All right, folks, I made my way back out to the main lake, and what a difference a creek can make. Guys, I was in almost 56-degree water way up the creek. Main lake, 53 degrees. That's why in the springtime you head up those creeks, find that shallow water, and if you find the warmest water in the lake, you're gonna get into some fish. Now the wind's still blowing. I got a little bit of time before that sun dips, but I'm gonna go ahead and bang up some banks on the way back to the boat ramp, see if I can just lock into one more fish to call it a day. Just stay tuned, let's see what this spinnerbait can do, and see if it treats me to one more fish. Since the wind's died down, I'm going to beat the rest of this bank all the way back to the ramp with this square bill crankbait. I got my little Bandit 100, my favorite little crappie pattern, Bandit 100, that kills it on my local lake because there's tons of crappie out here. So yeah, if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't seen it before, let me turn it around, show off this little beauty. There it is. That is a killer little bait on this lake and many lakes that have crappie. Just matching the hatch, guys. There's no wind, so I put up the spinner bait, and I thought I'd just bang into some of this wood. I got a little beaver dam right here. The square bill bite hasn't been on it all day. I've been throwing it a lot and nothing's happening, but I'm going to take a chance. The water temperature is a little cooler. Like I said, here on the main lake area, it's about 53 degrees versus 56 back up the creek, but let's see what happens. Let's see if we get one more fish and see if they want to eat a square bill for once. All right, folks, I'm gonna make that my last cast. That sun is getting low. I've got, there's just one vehicle in the parking lot. It's awful lonely up there. I'm the last one on the lake, so I'm gonna get out of here. It's been an absolutely incredible day. Pre-spawn bass fishing, guys. It's absolutely nothing better, especially when you do a little power fishing and smack a big, what is now my personal best for 2019, and hopefully many more to come. So folks, as always, I appreciate you joining me. As always, I appreciate you subscribing. Until we meet again, over and out.